Hello everyone and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, where, as usual, we're playing right into Edgeworth's hands. Adrian is about to take the stand, and I have a feeling this is going to look very bad for us. Despite the fact that it should be good for us, but it will be bad. There's no way around it. Dude, I can't believe that Adrian, no way, not cool, and collected Adrian Andrews. He's your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her. So after the ceremony during the break, huh? I was sleeping like a log the entire time. See, she could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your hakama. Because she was the one that came to wake me up? Then, dude, you're saying it really was her? Yes, she is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Carita. But why? I thought she was buds with Juan. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? Well, what are you talking about? I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. It'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today. Give me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude? Phoenix, you think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right? Yes. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impact's as her strength and reason to live. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. Sounds like she left a suicide note, and the person thought to have hidden it is Juan Carita, the victim of this murder. And that's why I think Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Carita. All to get the suicide note back. That sounds plausible, but one thing bothers me. What? Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impact's? It was Edgeworth. It looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. Don't let your guard down yet. We will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please.
The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Ms. Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Carita's room. What is your occupation?
I'm the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt Engard. I see. Now then. Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Yes, sure. What is it? I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. Ah, no, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossipland. Judge. If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me.
You know, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Yes, I was seeing Mr. Carita. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan, but this was a private matter between Juan and myself. So it was a fry and bait matter. It was that bait and fry. It reminds me of fishing. But I didn't kill him.
No one is accusing you of that.
I think there's someone who would beg to differ. I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews.
Very well then, witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place.
Okay. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. What? That's all kind of suspicious. You poured yourself a glass of juice? Yes, sadly I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of the crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing.
That's when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Phoenix, She is one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match. Yes, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing. Disrupt her pacing? She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking. So you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over. Understand? I think so. Alright. I'm just gonna press everything and see what happens. And what was Mr. Ingard doing at that time? He was taking a nap. He was worn out from his mini performance as the Nickel Samurai during the ceremony. Mr. Ingard did say he was taking a nap. And I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room. Yes. Excuse me, what are you?
Right, I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can't make a sensible sentence with the subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. Ingard's knife from his room?
No.
Subject, verb, object, right? Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue.
And why did you do that? As a friendly gesture, Juan was to make an appearance with the other heroes. So the show is supposed to be a show of friendship, huh? I think we have to press further. We can't let up. Is that the only reason? I beg your pardon. What are you implying? You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim? Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at that time. I can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess. Oh.
We continue now. Witness, what did you see when you got to his room?
You were in shock. What? Was I not supposed to be? Miss Andrews is a very calculating person, and despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Kurita.
Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. And you can't seriously expect a young beauty like her would not be shocked. Stop hitting on her. Somehow I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not. I don't disagree. I see. Okay. This is the photo you're referring to, correct? Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest. And the guitar case was like this too. Yes, it was open and empty, of course. And then what did you do next, witness?
Alright, I definitely want to push that one. Juice? Yes, there's a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. But you didn't drink any of it, did you? Huh? There were no lip marks left on the wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it. Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Kurita, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct? And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time. Your mind was a complete blank? I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed I made one careless mistake. That one thing. What one thing? Never mind. It's no big deal. What was she starting to say just now? Oh, we definitely have to press further. Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was.
Actually, so would I.
I'm sorry. It's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over. Flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in this crime photo? This mess of glass shards? It was originally on top of the dresser, but when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case.
Why did you hold such important piece of information?
I'm sorry, I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess.
It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. Ooh, you know she's lying too. I was the one who knocked the flower vase over where it fell onto the guitar case. Oh, that explains something. What kind of flower vase was it? Oh my god. It was a glass vase and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought I would try to take Juan's pulse, so I set the glass I was holding down on the dresser, and that's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase. That's odd. I thought she was always in total control of herself. That's what you would like people to think. Always be mindful of the gap between your perception and reality. Doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradictions in her testimony just now. Yes, there is. I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily. The only way to make her is to keep on the offensive and not let up. The only way you're going to catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence. I have to find something. I just have to, for Maya's sake. Yeah, hold on. I got it. Hold on. No, I don't want to... How do I... Or can I go to present and then back out? Yeah. Empty. There's some water, but only on the top of the lid. There's Karita's fingerprints, but not hers. Because there the case is open, which makes sense. So the water got on top of it because of when the vase was knocked over. But that means she had to have opened the guitar case. Alright, I think I'm gonna... Went to Juan's room. Was in shock. Glass of juice. I was the one who knocked the flower vase over where it fell onto the guitar case. Is this where I present the guitar case? Yeah, there we go. You testified that you knocked the flower vase over, is this correct? Yes. And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case? Is there some problem with what I said? It's not some problem, it's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, if that were true, the case would have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside.
That's very true.
Oh, since there aren't fingerprints, okay. There aren't her fingerprints on there. Well, let's just see where it's going. Furthermore, there is one other strange thing about this guitar case.
And what is that?
Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. It's open. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. Oh, if it had landed inside the guitar, it would have been inside the guitar case. So the guitar case had to have been closed? The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor.
Yeah, what is wrong with that?
If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shards should be inside, not outside the case. Okay, I had that right.
What is your point, Wright? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over? Is that all?
No, think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else.
Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case.
Wait, what?
But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on the case at all.
She wouldn't have... Did she not know that? That may very well be. However, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it?
It seems that there is no deeper meaning to this guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case?
Yes. Make her testify. The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle.
I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this. But it is you.
I can't believe I'm doing this either.
Alright, I'll follow along for now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. That's not good enough. It looks like this really wasn't a very important point.
This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now, it's almost comforting.
Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination.
Using any way to change the topic. Convenient escape for a weak man.
I thought he was using it as in like, alright. Like, let's get back on track. If anything, they'd change the subject. During your testimony just now, did you remember those events clearly in your mind? Well, you see. Are you sure you're the one who opened the guitar case? She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not. Sounds like her dependent side is taking over. Well, Miss Andrews, yes, it was me. So you opened the guitar case then? Yes, well, maybe. Why did you open the guitar case? Huh? Mr. Kurita's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you'd do is call for help, not open a guitar case.
As the witness said multiple times, when she found the dead body, she was dazed.
Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it. Why would she care about the bright red guitar? But getting back on topic. Was it really empty? I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside. No, it was found at the studio.
How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention.
Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright. Sorry. That's not a great answer. Was that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body? Yes, that's probably it. I'm not going to get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way to make her talk is with evidence. I guess I should give it a try. Come on, Phoenix, we can't afford to let up on her now. I wasn't planning on letting up, but she's at her weakest now, so this is our chance. Yeah, if we had a weapon to hit her with. I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found. Okay, let's take a look. Don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. There's not really much to argue with there. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. I feel like there's a contradiction in there. Let's see what we can get out of this. Okay. I don't think that's gonna help. The camera's not gonna help. Take a look at the... There's some water, but only on the lid bears Kurita's fingerprints. What I can't figure out, because I think I have this, is that I don't think she opened the guitar case. But then why was the water on the top of the lid? I can't figure that out. How did the water get on the top of the lid? Maybe I don't need to figure that out right this second, but that's one of the things that's kind of eating at me. Bears Andrew's fingerprints. Maybe it had nothing to do, though maybe the water didn't get there because of the broken vase. I think that's what it has to be. So let's present the guitar. It's not gonna hurt me, so let's just try it. There's no way you were the one who opened the guitar case. Why would you say that? It's elementary, my dear. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim. Ah.
What is it, Miss Andrews?
You shouldn't assume I must have left prints just because I touched the case. What do you mean? What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time?
Nope. Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at the time?
It was the night of the award ceremony, so of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I am almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime.
That's strange. You were wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange? Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time? Yes, I do. Oh my goodness. I have your proof right here, the wine glass. The wine glass. You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. Ah. Oh, we got her. Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange that you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? Did she just break her glasses and then get a new pair out of nowhere? Is that what happened? I looked down for half a second, so I only saw it out of the corner of my eyes.
Order, order, order!
Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. What do you mean? I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here, but it's just an empty case. But I wonder if it really was empty, though. But the guitar, the bright red guitar, was at the studio. That's where it was found. Does that mean it wasn't in there to begin with? Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar. You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right. Oh my god, Phoenix.
I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case...
Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work.
What? No, this is evidence.
Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us into his misguided.
No, Your Honor. Please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open in this photo of the crime scene. I am sure that this guitar case has some relation to the murder.
If you are so sure, Wright, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please enlighten us as to why that guitar has anything to do at all to do with this murder.
Can you do that, Mr. Wright?
Well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in that case.
Bright red guitar not being the only thing? You don't mean to suggest that a bright black guitar was...
Oh.
So you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty? Is that it, Wright?
I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove.
If like that head of yours, you haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside the case at the time of the murder?
What was inside the case at the time of the murder? Seems like the Nickel Samurai to confess something after the post-ceremony stage show. An article from the tabloid Gossipland. Oh boy. This is a tough case. I kind of like it. I don't know if it's maybe frustrating to watch because it's a lot of me just having to like think this through. But I'm having a really good time like trying to solve this stuff. It's probably one of the more difficult cases. I don't know if I would say it's the most difficult case. But it's definitely up there. What was in the case? Well, it definitely wasn't that. It wasn't the wine glass. Crime photo. Let's take a look. What? Hammer Ninja's button. I don't think anything that has anything to do with it. Oh! I have an idea, but I have a hard time tracking. Okay. Because we're pretty sure that that's Adrian inside that costume. So, could she have gotten the costume into the guitar case? So that way, like, she wouldn't be seen. I don't know why she'd worry about being seen walking in. I think that's... I don't even know how to present that though, because I don't have the costume to present. It could be... I figure I could either present that or the picture. I'm wondering if the picture makes a little bit more sense. What's a picture taken in the hallway right after the murder versus a glossy photo Maya pushed onto me? Well, that one is called the Nickel Samurai, and this one's called Lotta's photo. I also can't figure out, because the Jammin' Ninja didn't have his guitar at the show. Presumably... It seems too coincidental that, like, he somehow forgot the guitar, unless someone, but even then he would have noticed. So I'm thinking that, like, all right, someone else took his guitar out and put the Nickel Samurai costume in there. But if that were true, like when they went to go do the first show, he would have opened up the guitar case and been like, why is this Nickel Samurai costume in there? Which maybe he did. I don't know. That's weird. Also, if my theory is right, I just don't know which thing to present. I'm leaning towards this one because it says the Nickel Samurai. It's only 1 health. But this actually, like, shows her leaving. You know what? It's only 1 health. If I'm wrong, it's got to be one or the other. This is a photograph. Yes, but what is important is what is in that picture, Your Honor. In this picture, it doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I'm proposing is, inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume.
What?
It would make sense. That's how she was able to walk out like that. Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Right, are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be to doing something like that?
That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? We're onto something.
I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea?
Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot correct. You mean this photo? Order! It looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we? Nice job, Phoenix. Oh, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later. So the real murderer was hiding inside a costume.
Wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Matt Guard's. Why would something of the defendants be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case of all places?
That is going to be hard to prove. True, that is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. My thought is we are going to pause this episode right here and pick this up in the next episode. Like I said, this is one of the neater trials. I like that it is a little bit more difficult. I know that's a little bit more time just spent going over evidence, but hopefully that stuff is interesting to you. Let me know in the comments if you like hearing the thought process behind what I'm thinking. That would be helpful to know. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.